What is going on, everybody? How's everyone doing today? Today we're going to be taking a look at the Revoltech Star Wars Boba Fett figure. What is going on, everybody? How is everyone doing today? Just got this figure in the mail today, and actually I'm really glad I did, because I was debating to buy this Revoltech Boba Fett figure because I already have the Black Series one, but this figure right here is actually really dope, so I'm really happy that I got it. But let me show you guys the packaging first, and we'll get into the figure review. But he comes in the basic Revoltech Star Wars packaging right here. Kind of looks like the R2-D2 one. It's all black, got the cool like space background right there. It says Star Wars, the Revoltech, a picture of Boba Fett right there. Series number 5, Boba Fett, Kaiyodo, however the hell you pronounce that figure complex right there. On the bottom, it shows you how to use the Revoltech joints. You take them out, move them around, blah 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 blah. Top of it says Star Wars, Boba Fett. Pretty much the same thing on the front. Then on the side of it, you get a cool picture of the figure, and it pretty much says the same thing everywhere else on the packaging. Same thing on this side as well, and then there's the back of the packaging right there, a bunch of poses you can get Boba Fett into, and then all the accessories that he comes with as well. But that is the packaging. Let's get into the figure review. Alrighty, so starting off with the accessories first, the Boba Fett figure really doesn't come with too many accessories, pretty much the same thing as the Black Series Boba Fett. You just get these extra accessories right here. Now he comes with pieces for a stand, but he doesn't have the actual base, which is very weird and doesn't make sense to me. He comes with these two pieces, and you obviously put that piece in there, but there is no base for the stand to hold this piece, so I don't get why they just included this without the base for the stand. It doesn't fit in any Tamashii Nations or Mayfex stands, so if you don't have a Revoltech stand, then you're kind of shit out of luck then. But you get these two pieces right here for a stand to put them in flight poses, maybe to just hold it if you want to take pictures and just keep your hand out of the frame when you take a picture, I guess. But comes with 6 interchangeable hands, and he comes with his 2 blaster guns. He comes with a pair of fists, which are sculpted and painted very well, actually. They even have some nice shading in them, some black paint shading, which is really cool. But they are sculpted and painted very well. You see the paint shading and like the lines right here and around his knuckles and stuff. Really cool looking. So you get a pair of the fists. You also get a pair of the like resting hands, open hands right here, which are sculpted and painted very well also, and they have that paint shading detail in them as well. See like the wrinkles and stuff in the gloves. Really cool looking. Really nice job by Revoltech, actually. So you get a pair of those open resting hands, and you get a pair of the trigger fingers, and instead of his finger kind of curled like he's pulling the trigger, they have it pointed out, which I don't really like that much with trigger finger hands. I prefer them to be like that instead of just pointing out, but what can you do? But over here, the thumb and the fingers are molded together, but he holds his weapons fine. I'll show you guys that in a second. Let me show you the 2 weapons he comes with. He comes with the smaller blaster gun, which looks pretty cool. Sculpted well, painted well wherever it's painted. I think this might be a brown plastic, and they painted that silver. Or, no, they did paint it brown, because I see brown paint bleeding over here on the silver, which is kind of sloppy. For the price you pay for figures like this, you shouldn't get sloppy paint like that. But that is sculpted and painted okay. And then you also get the bigger blaster gun, which is my favorite accessory that comes with the Revoltech Boba Fett figure. This thing just looks really cool. And just look at all the sculpt detail. Just the paint's very clean on it. I just really love the sculpt detail of this gun right here. I like the gold right there. That looks really cool. Even that little design right there, that looks really awesome. I love the scope. Looks really cool. This is a really cool gun right here that comes with Boba Fett. I think this is like a metallic black right there, and it makes the gun look a lot more cooler. But really, really cool blaster gun that comes with Boba Fett. I like this one a lot better than the Black Series one, I'll tell you that. Just really nice looking. But as I was saying, his fingers and thumb are molded together. So you're looking at this and you're wondering how the hell is he going to hold that. He holds onto this gun just fine. He holds it nice and tight. But with this gun, you're wondering how the gun will fit in his hand. There's a little trick to it just right here. You lift up, and then there you go. You just slide his hand in right there, and then you put it back down, and then he holds the gun nice and tight and fine. So that's kind of pretty cool that they did that. So that's how you get him to hold this gun. But anyway, that is all the accessories for the Boba Fett figure. Oh yeah, and he also has a holster for the smaller gun. And then it's cool, there's a little strap, and then you just peg it in and it holds the gun down. So that's pretty cool. And also the jetpack is removable. So that's pretty cool as well. Just wanted to show you guys that real quick. But anyway, that is the accessories for Boba Fett. Let's get into some comparisons, shall we? Just wanted to show you guys a quick comparison with the blaster guns. Top one's Black Series, bottom one's Revoltech. I like on the Revoltech the gold handle right there instead of the color for that one. And also I like the metallic black that they use compared to this one. But the better thing about the Black Series is it looks more battle worn, so that's pretty cool right there. But they're both sculpted very well and painted very well. They pretty much look identical. Just a little bit of color difference, that's all. Well, there's a quick comparison of those. Let's keep moving on with the review. So now for comparisons, the Revoltech Boba Fett figure stands at 5 inches and 3/4 of an inch tall to the top of his head. To the top of this piece right here, he's a little bit under, or just about 6 inches tall. Then over here we have the McFarlane Walking Dead Rick Grimes, which is a 5-inch scale figure. And then over here we have the SH Figure Arts Darth Vader, who stands at 6 inches tall, but I have his legs popped out a little bit. So he stands a little bit over 6 inches tall, almost 6.5 inches tall, but I think he fits in great scale with the Revoltech Boba Fett figure, because Vader was a lot taller than Boba Fett. Then over here we have the Black Series Boba Fett figure, and he stands pretty much 6 inches tall. Then over here we have a basic Marvel Legends, the Daredevil figure, and he stands a little bit over 6 inches tall. Then over here we have the Figure Arts Broccoli figure, and he stands a little bit over 9 inches tall. But there's some quick comparisons for you. Anyway, let's move on to the comparison and the paint and sculpt. Okay, so now moving on to the paint and sculpt for the Revoltech Boba Fett figure. I think Revoltech did a really great job on this figure. After the paint and sculpt, going through that, we're going to take a look at the comparison with the Black Series Boba Fett. But I think Revoltech did actually an excellent job on the paint and sculpt of this Boba Fett figure. Just the detail on it is very well done. There's this jetpack over there. That cloth piece right there, his symbol there, I forgot what it's called, someone told me. I really like this part on his, this wrist guard, everything that's on it. I really like all the little gadgets on it. It's really, really cool. Show you guys a closer look. The head sculpt right there, his helmet, which looks really, really cool. He's got the indent right there, just like the Black Series one, which is really cool. It just looks all battle worn and old. And this piece, you can move it up and down so he can target his bounties. So that's really cool. That's what I like about this figure as well, how you can move this up and down. But the helmet looks really, really cool. Just the back of it right there. Looking pretty cool. And then his jetpack. Just take it off and show you guys. Jetpack, I think, looks really, really cool too. And these you could swivel around, so that's pretty cool, both of them. I think I like this jetpack more than the other one. We'll get into a comparison quickly. But I just want to show you guys the Revoltech first. There's a symbol right there. It looks pretty cool. This is all like battle worn and all that. I really like these little, his rocket on there, this little gadget, whatever that is. I don't know what it is. If anybody knows, just post it in the comments. But that piece is just really, really cool on his arm right there. And then everywhere, all the gray parts, it looks like it's a black wash, so it gives the figure more detail, which I really, really like a lot. There's the chest area, looking pretty cool. Those are indents. These red lines are sculpted. Those 3 dots are sculpted. That indent is sculpted, and they're all painted nicely too. And then these things right here, it's also on the Black Series one. I heard these were like the tails to young Jedis that Boba Fett killed. If anybody knows if that's true, or if they know what they are, please comment, write it in the comments below. Because I'm curious to what they are. They do look like the tails to the young Jedis in training. That's what they look like to me. And there's his other arm, that shoulder pad right there. And the other arm piece too, wrist guard, whatever it's called. And then the belt and the pouches. Looks pretty cool too. There's black wash on it. There's the holster for his little blaster gun. And then this piece right here, yeah, it's not on a Revoltech joint. You can't move it around at all, which kind of a little disappointed at that. But I mean, the detail, the sculpt detail, and the paint detail on it is actually really well done. Just looks so worn out and old. Really, really cool looking. I do prefer the cloth one, which is on the Black Series one, but this one does look really, really cool. So nice work by Revoltech there. And then the pants, you see the black wash all throughout the gray areas. The little knee guard things with the bolts on the side of them. That's really, really cool. And the boots right there. Boots look really, really cool too. And these are more like sharp compared to the Black Series one. Really cool looking figure actually. I'm not a fan of Revoltech joints. I just don't like them at all. But the figure is really, really cool. The paint and sculpt on this figure is just really well done. But that is the paint and sculpt. Let's get into the comparison, then the articulation, and wrap the review up. Just wanted to let you guys know real quick, this piece on the right elbow, it can unpeg right there. And this piece is just, it's not like glued together or something. It does come off as well, so you don't got to worry about this breaking or anything. So that's pretty cool. Revoltech did that. So now moving on to the comparison with the Black Series Boba Fett compared to the Revoltech Boba Fett. As you can see, the main difference is the size difference. This one is a little bigger and this one's a little smaller. The helmets are a different size as well. This one seems a little more wide compared to this one, not as wide. Also, another difference is this cool thing, his little target mechanism thing right there. You can move it up and down. Compared to this one, you can't move it at all. Same color schemes going on, maybe a little different yellows going on there. The chest piece, they have the same symbols right there, those two lines. They're all like battle worn, battle damaged. Same with the helmet, they both have the indent right there. The belt piece and the bags, this one I think is better because the bags are articulated so it won't hinder the leg articulation. This one is a negative because the bags, you can't move them, and you can't, that's as high up as you can move his legs, so that is a big negative for me. Whenever certain articulation is hindered, that's something I don't like. With paint detail, like paint shading, Hasbro did a good job with this one. Compared to this one, they did more like a wash, which is really cool. This one looks more dirty down by the legs right there, where this one doesn't as much. These pieces right here are a little different. I think this one looks a little better to me, actually. Let's see, also this wrist piece right here is really, really cool, I think, on this one. It's more detailed. The stuff looks a lot better compared to this one. But both cool pieces. And take a look at the Jetpack. The main difference back here is the cloth piece, which this is real cloth. Meanwhile, this is like a softer molded plastic right here. I prefer the cloth piece over like a softer plastic material. The Jetpacks are both really, really cool. The difference between them is these pieces, you could swivel them around, and they both pretty much look the exact same. This one's just a little smaller compared to this one, but pretty much same thing with the Jetpack. I think that's pretty much everything with the comparison right there, but both figures are really, really great Boba Fett figures. You choose your poison, which one you like better. If you're a huge Boba Fett fan, definitely just get both of them. They're both really great figures. It's just which one, if you can only afford one, which one do you think looks better? Which one do you like more? So it's just a matter of your personal opinion of which Boba Fett figure you like better. But anyway, let's move on to the articulation and wrap this review up. Alright, so now for Boba Fett's articulation. He does have the Revoltech joints, so either you love those joints or you hate them. I'm not a big fan of them, but the figure is cool. His head can look up about that much, so pretty good for flight poses. Can look down about that much, which isn't that bad, but then you get the up and down movement at the neck, so you get more articulation out of it. Can swivel at the head right there, could swivel at the neck as well, but it's very hard to do it. If you want it to pivot, you have to position the Revoltech joint in the other way. This piece right here, you can move up and down, so that's really cool. The Jetpack, these pieces, you can swivel them around, so that's cool as well. These pockets right here, they go up and down, and they get swivel because they're on smaller Revoltech joints. The waist joint can go back about that much, and then forward about that much, so pretty good. It could also swivel, and if you would like to get it to pivot, you would have to position the Revoltech joint in the other way so you can get pivot right there. For the shoulders are on a double ball joint, which is kind of weird to me. I never seen that, but they're also hinged, obviously. The shoulder can go up about that much, and then it could go up and down. You could spin in a full 360. You get swivel either at the bicep or in the armpit right there. The elbow joint bends pretty much all the way in, so that's really good right there. And then you could swivel it right here at the bicep or at the forearm right there. And then the wrist joint can swivel and go back and forth as well. Then for the leg joints, kick forward about that much. Then out to the side about that much, so pretty good articulation there. It doesn't really kick back that much. They also swivel, and then the knee joints bend in about that much, which is pretty good, and they swivel as well. They swivel also, and then for the ankle articulation, you could pretty much go all the way down. Then they go up about that much. They swivel either at the ankle or at the foot right there, and then you get some really great pivot right there. And then you get some toe articulation. So really good articulation for the Boba Fett figure. Some weird kind of articulation, because of course it is the Revoltech joints, but you get some good articulation out of this figure. But overall, I do recommend the Revoltech Boba Fett figure. It's a really, really cool figure. It's got some really cool accessories. It's got some really good articulation. I just hate the Revoltech joints. If you could live with them, then definitely pick the figure up. And my favorite part is definitely the detail, the paint and sculpt on this figure. I think Revoltech actually did a really, really great job on it. I just hate this big gap in the waist area. That is the worst part of this figure. But it is a very cool figure to own in your collection. It's not a must-get. Say you have the Black Series one, you don't need to get the Revoltech one. If you don't have either and deciding which one to get, personally, I would pick the Revoltech one. I just like the detail on it. This little feature right here, how you can move that up and down. I like how he comes with some interchangeable hands. This one comes with the same two guns. You just get two trigger fingers on him. You don't get any other interchangeable hands. He has a little bit of hindered, limited articulation compared to this one. This one, he has some pretty good articulation. You just got to be able to know how to use the Revoltech joints. It is a very, very cool figure, but like I said, you don't need to pick it up if you already have this one. This one is double the price, where this one is half the price of this one. So if you don't want to spend the $55 on this one, definitely get the Black Series one. But if you got the money, you want to spend it, definitely pick this one up. They're both great figures. I got mine at Toys in the Box for $55 shipped, so if you want to get your Revoltech Boba Fett figure, you could head over there. But to get your other figures and collectibles, head over to agelessgeeks.com, or you could join the Ageless Geeks Facebook page. You'll be the first one to know when pre-orders are up. You get first dibs on them. You could be in direct contact with Alex. He's the owner of Ageless Geeks, and it's just a really fun group to be in. Or if you live in California, you could always hit up Frank & Sons. Check out booth number 632, which is Alex's booth, the Ageless Geeks booth. And you could get your figures and collectibles there as well. But anyway, guys, that's my review of the Revoltech Boba Fett figure. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, you can go beep yourself. Alright, everybody, I'll see you later. accessories, just like a little blah, blah. Over here we have the Star Wars SH Figure Arts black, what the fuck? The neck goes up the, blah, blah, blah. You can get pivot out of it, but you gotta position the, damn it! If you want to get it to pivot because it won't stay, you gotta move, you gotta position the Revoltech, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so for now, what? You get the, blah, blah, blah right there, blah, blah, blah.